Good morning, guys. I hope you are well. It is 6 a.m. I thought I would do a video today to give you a kind of behind the scenes, fly in the wall, if you like, experience of what it's like for a teacher trying to, I guess, navigate this crazy world that is online learning. So buckle up, guys, grab your coffee, and let's get to it. First of all, can we just appreciate how my cat Biscuit is just living her best life? I wish I could be doing that. Here's our second cat, Aria. Say hello. Okay, so before I start any kind of teaching or planning, I'm gonna have another coffee, jump in the shower, and I will be back. What I have noticed is that teaching from home, my goodness, I have so many cups of coffee. Some would argue an unhealthy amount. Hooked on the bean I can't get off. It's just, I need to drink more water. Okay guys, I am back. So today is Thursday. I don't have too much of a hectic day. So hopefully you won't have me pulling my hair out, seeing red. Thursday is quite a good day for me. It's now 7 a.m. I need to plan a lesson for my year 10 class who are currently studying poetry. I did start it last night, but I was quite tired, so I had an early night. And as teachers, we don't get a lot of them, so I try and fit them in as much as possible. Hey guys, so it's almost time for homeroom. I've just finished my first morning task. I won't bore you too much with it, but it's just a PowerPoint for my year 10s who are currently studying Carol Ann Duffy, a brilliant Scottish poet. We're going to annotate together, and then they need to write a model opening, do some quote analysis, some pretty standard stuff if you are presently studying poetry, or if you studied poetry before. So yeah, that's one task complete. Good morning, year 10. I hope you are well. We'll just wait for a few others to wake up and join us on this bright and sunny morning. Makes a change, doesn't it? Okay. Okay guys, that's all from me. I will see most of you very soon at 9:30 for English. Okay, see you, bye-bye. Okay guys, so I've got my first class very soon. The students are just having their first morning break. So I just wanted to show you what we've been using. So we use the Google Suite, and we use Google Meet to, oh gosh, hello. We use Google Meet to conduct live lessons. So we don't just set tasks, we essentially deliver live lessons for the whole lesson. Click join now, and at 9:20, all the students will appear on the right-hand side. I feel a little bit more alive now. I've got my first class very soon. Year 10, we are studying a poem called Foreign, so I've made copious amounts of notes, and generally we have a kind of discussion. I guide them through the central themes, images, etc., and then there's a chat box on the right hand side, and I can ask questions and check that they understand and check that they're engaged and not in bed. Meanwhile, Atreyu, my third cat, has just joined us. As for Biscuit, she is still very much in the same position and very much in the same spot. Hi guys, I've got a little bit of time, so I just wanted to show you what I guess one of my main daily tasks is. And quite often I set things as assignments to be completed during the students' free time, or I just set things as an assignment if I want to mark it or provide some sort of formative feedback. And this is all done through Google Classroom, which is just brilliant. So for my year 7 class, they have been doing travel writing, and they had this task of creating this Disney storyboard and choosing clips from a YouTube clip and then writing their own voiceover. And it worked really well. So this is the final product, guys. So they had to watch a YouTube clip and then take 12 print shots, whatever it's called. And they had to use suitable, persuasive devices to encourage people to visit Disneyland.
and I am able to give a mark out of 10 and a formative comment below and post that directly to the student. This is something I do pretty much on a daily basis. So for this particular piece I've put, this is an excellent storyboard. You have successfully used a range of persuasive devices to really bring the magic of Disney to life. Do not forget the basics of punctuation and capital letters though. And I've given it a 9 out of 10. Look at the chat. Are we analysing the next poem? My hands hurt from typing. Look at the chat. To answer your question, yes, we are going on to our next poem. Good morning, guys. I hope you are well. As previously mentioned, we are making tremendous progress in terms of whizzing through the content. The quicker we get the poems done, and it's certainly not my intention to rush through them, I'm honestly seeing genuine progress. Okay, brilliant, guys. I'm going to start by reading the poem. Remember, the first step is always understanding. So just read along with me. So this one is called Foreign. Imagine living in a strange, dark city for 20 years. There are some dismal dwellings on the east side, and one of them is yours. Okay, so everyone on the chat box, give me a concise sentence. What are we dealing with here? What is Duffy asking us as a reader to do? What is the most significant thing you notice about the tense it is written in? And what position does that put us in, essentially? What is the effect of Duffy using the tense she has used? Okay, guys. The next line, I think, is really quite powerful. On the landing, you hear your foreign accent echo down the stairs. You think in a language of your own and talk in theirs. Now, I want to draw your attention to when Duffy says you hear your foreign accent echo down the stairs. This is ambiguous. So it's currently 11:15. I finished my first class, just teaching year 7. They're just finishing some work off from yesterday, but I will check back in with you after this lesson. And of course, it's definitely time for yet another cup of coffee. So generally the class is finishing off pieces of work from yesterday. It gives me a little bit of time to get on with my growing to-do list. Currently I've been working on a year 13 scheme of work, the Glass Menagerie, which I haven't taught before, so that will be interesting. So I have the whole play printed, and this is going to be my weekend job, so I will read it again and I will annotate the whole play, which will no doubt take me a very long time, but during these testing times, guys, we need to be kept busy, so that is my weekend job. So whilst the students are working, I'm also just working on and finessing this lesson to prepare students for their summative assessment, which will be happening next week. Gosh, I cannot believe it's going to be week 5 next week. And then, of course, the students will be moving on to a new scheme of work already. And of course, we still have a random potato stuck on my screen, guys. I'm guessing it's a Google extension or something. So whilst I've got 5 minutes to breathe, I just thought I'd jump on here and just give you my experience of what it has been like teaching online. Mostly, it's been a really positive experience. The students have been really receptive. They are able to navigate their way around the Google Suite far better than what I am able to. I guess my only issue is that as a teacher, and as a person, I guess I'm such a perfectionist, and I like to be in control of things, and I like to
have a clear idea as to how a student is going to get from A to B and what skills they need to learn and the progress they are making. I like everything to be really clear in this rather cluttered mind of mine. And I guess the nature of online learning is that invariably students will and can fall through the cracks. And whilst I do my best to, I guess, monitor students' progress to make sure everyone is engaged, to make sure the schemes of learning are sound, it's a difficult task. And because I am such a perfectionist, I hate seeing things not going the way that in my head I envision them to go. And that's because of online learning, and there are limitations on what us teachers can do. But it's made me realise how much I love my job, how much I love teaching students, how much I love being in the classroom. And I could not do an office job, guys. Being anchored to my laptop 23 hours a week, that is difficult enough. Yeah, I miss being at school, and I think all of my students are starting to miss being at school as well. So it's difficult. It's peaks and troughs, isn't it? But all we can do is do our best, I guess. And here are my cats, play fighting as usual. Okay guys, I'm pretty hungry. I'm gonna have some Thai food soon, but I'm just going to make some natural yogurt. Have some banana with it as well, give me a bit of energy. I've got 2 more lessons left. Because everyone needs a bit of potassium in their life, guys. Okay guys, it's almost 11:30. I'm going to let you go for lunch. Thank you for working so hard this week. Please do remember to submit your entire, emphasis on that word entire, Google Doc by 3:30, and I will be marking / checking that over the weekend. Week 5 next week, guys. Gosh, how time flies. Your end of topic assessment will be happening next week online. More information about that Monday. Have a lovely weekend, guys. Bye. Before I go for lunch, it's 11:30 now. I just wanted to read this lovely email that I received from a parent. Greetings. I hope this email finds you well. I wish to thank you for the support and encouragement you've given to student's name. In the past, said student didn't like English. She wasn't particularly good at it. With your help and encouragement, she's working hard and is more confident and is trying to make each assignment their best. Again, we appreciate your hard work to making these young teens bring out their effort. Warmest regards. I've been teaching for 8 years now, and it is always so nice when we hear positive feedback from parents in particular. Sometimes as teachers, we feel like we have the weight of the world on our shoulders, and just to get a pat on the back or a well done or a thank you, it means so much. And given these really difficult and testing times, it was so lovely to read that email. It really was. Hi guys, it's 11:30. I'm really hungry, so I'm going to have some Thai food now. I've got 2 classes left. I think the first one's starting at 1:10. They are all planned for, so I'm going to plan for my 2 lessons tomorrow. Friday is my good day. My year 11 class are presently revising for their online exams, which are going to happen on the 25th of May. So I'm going to do a quiz looking at 1984. How exciting. Also guys, can we just appreciate how much my garden needs attending to? About a month ago, there was no grass. It's rainy season here in Thailand. I mean, who puts bamboo here? I mean, it just grows so quickly. So yeah, here's my garden, by the way. So this is where I get to put my feet up for a little bit. I've just got a Thai dish. I have no idea what meat this is, but it's quite salty, but very delicious. So I just finished my lunch, guys, and I have now hopped onto Google Classroom again. Year 7s, Year 8s and Year 9s, they have a deadline every Thursday which they need to meet, and that is to submit their entire Google workbook
So we're on workbook check 4 with my year 7s, and if we just click on here, you can see that 11 people have handed their Google document in so far. It is due at 3:30. Usually they're quite good at handing their work in. So I'm able to check each student's Google Doc. I'm quite pernickety in terms of, I like the learning objective. I like the date to be on the document because, well, with the case of this document, it's 17 pages long, lots of extended writing pieces. This particular student has just flourished really, and it's been a real joy to read their work. And in terms of providing feedback, well, I give each student a mark out of 25, and in the private comments I will make reference to all of the extended writing pieces they have completed, look at their writing skills, and are they acquiring the skills necessary to succeed. So generally speaking, every Thursday I will put a couple of strengths and a couple of EBIs for the students to work on. So what I'm going to work on now is the 1984 quiz, which I previously mentioned. There's going to be 50 questions. And it's Friday tomorrow, so I'm sure my year 11s will appreciate a quiz rather than some sort of standard essay question, which I've been getting them to do. So I've finished the 50 questions. My brain feels a little bit fried now, so I've got time for a 5-minute cat nap. Okay guys, cat nap complete. I feel re-energized. I've just had my daily dose of chocolate milk. This is my favorite. I am currently just looking at the lesson for year 8. Nothing too difficult today. Thursday is the last day that I see them. They will just be recapping some of the central characters in Animal Farm. One of my favorite novels, George Orwell. They are really enjoying it, and it's a difficult novel in terms of the themes and the context that they have to get to grips with, but it's certainly something that I enjoy teaching. And what I will be doing again is creating an assignment tab on Google Classroom. I check the workbooks of year 7, year 8 and year 9 every Thursday, just because it's the last lesson that I have them, and it gives me the weekend to mark all of their extended writing pieces. And again, I just ask them to upload their entire Google document. So if you look here, Google Workbook Check 4, due time 3:30. Students are able to click on this and they can upload or hand in their Google Workbook, and then I'm able to mark and provide formative feedback. Hi guys, so I've just made a few last minute changes, as I often do, a few minutes before my lesson. So the students have to write the correct character's name in the first column. Then they have to do a little matching task. I've given them various descriptions already. Then they have to use the novel to find a powerful quotation about each character. So of course we have all major here. Then we have boxer here, so they need to find an appropriate quotation. And then just 2 adjectives to describe each character. So again, nothing too challenging for their last lesson of the week, but a good little activity to recap the central characters. Afternoon guys. I've got a joke. Do you want to hear it? Okay. So a comma and a full stop, they're heading towards the traffic lights. Okay. It's on amber, it's about to turn red, and the comma says, we better slow down for a second here, in which the full stop says, we better just stop right now.
I don't get it.
Oh, God. Let's make a start on today's lesson. I would imagine that most people finished the work from yesterday, so I think the easiest thing to do is just present my screen. Okay, if everyone just opens up lesson 10, as mentioned, I appreciate it's the last lesson of the week. Nothing too difficult, just a kind of recap lesson. Do put the learning objective, please, and today's date. So obviously it says here to cut out the images, which of course you will not be doing. However, I would like you to copy and paste the images and just match up the correct description. Pretty simple. Then moving on, this is the main task, guys. So what you need to do is look at these pictures. I'm sure you can guess who is who. You need to put the correct character name, and then you'll notice a column saying description. Again, I've made your job very easy.
Ari is feeling the way I'm feeling. Okay guys, I've finished my year 8 class. My last class is at 2:20. Thursdays, even though they're slightly lighter, they're always a bit hectic because I have to make sure that all of my Key Stage 3 classes have finished all the work, so they are able to essentially send their Google Docs to me by 3:30 p.m. So my head by the end is always a bit. My last class is my lovely year 9 class, and we are currently doing DNA by Dennis Kelly, which I was so worried about doing online because, you know, doing a novel online is hard enough, but doing a play with multiple characters online, it's been a challenge. But they've really enjoyed it, so I always look forward to my year 9 lessons in particular. So I'll let you have a little behind the scenes look at what's going on with that lesson, and then I'm going to probably have a bit of a break. Right, let's dive straight into it, shall we? Act 3, Scene 2. And of course, it's another of Leah's very lengthy monologues. Set in a field. Okay, so Phil sits with a bag, takes out a paper plate, places a waffle on it, takes out a pack of butter and a jar of jam, takes out a knife, and then of course Leah turns up. She is carrying a suitcase. He stares at her. I'm going. I'm out of here. I'm gone. This is it. I'm running away, Phil. Phil says nothing. Where am I going? I don't know. Wherever the universe decides that I should be. It's a big world, Phil. A lot bigger than you. It's a lot bigger than you and me. A lot bigger than all of this. These people sitting here. A lot bigger. A lot bigger. Pause. Phil starts to butter his waffle. Guys, just make sure you are looking at yesterday's PowerPoint. Hopefully, yesterday's work should all be finished. And this is your task. So we've just finished reading Act 3, Scene 2. Informal letter writing today, guys. You've had plenty of practice, a little research task for you to get on with. What are the features of informal letter writing? You might know the majority already. And today you will be assuming the role of Leah in order to write an informal letter. So assuming the role, so you need to put yourself in Leah's position. So guys, what I want you to do is use what I've written, use that as your model. Okay, notice the techniques, the devices that I've used. I've used repetition, I've used short sentences, I've used features that we would expect to find in informal letters, such as rhetorical questions. So there you have it, guys. My working day is finally over. Now I'm going to put this video together. So I hope you've enjoyed this little behind the scenes look at what it's like to be a teacher and doing the whole online learning thing. Until next time, bye.